Well, good morning, folks. So far in Psalm 45, our focus has very much been on the bridegroom. And that, I suppose, is strange to us because in our culture, whenever you think about a wedding, it's always the bride that is at the centre of people's thoughts. But it's not until you come to verse 10 in this psalm that the psalmist turns from the bridegroom to consider the bride. It's this verse that we want to look at this morning. Verse 10 reads as follows: Hear, O daughter, and consider, incline your ear, forget your people and your father's house. The psalmist here pictures a wise, experienced counsellor approaching the bride before she sets off to present herself to the king, to the bridegroom. The counsellor comes to give her impartial and important advice. Advice that she must take to heart. That it is important counsel is clear when you see the way he uses multiple terms in speaking to her. Look at what he says. Hear, consider, incline your ear. You could say, you really need to take this on board. You really need to listen to this. And what is it this wise counsellor is advising? What is it he is saying she has to do? Well, simply this: forget your people and your father's house. And what he means by that is that up until now, your life has been centred around your own family, your friends, those with whom you've been associated since you were born, the people among whom you've lived, the places you have gone, and all of those things that have become so familiar to you up until now in your life. However, now things must change. You're entering a new relationship, which not only must take priority over all that has gone before, but which will also bring about a radical change to your whole way of life. And when you enter this new relationship, things will change radically. And there will be no going back to your old way of life. Your new way of life will be very different from your old way of life. You'll have new relationships, new responsibilities, new duties, new affections, new routines, new allegiances. You remember whenever Diana Spencer married Prince Charles, her life changed radically after that. Similarly too with Catherine Middleton, whenever she married Prince William. There was a radical change to her life. The old way of living was gone, a new way of living had begun. And here in this psalm, we see the wonderful picture of Jesus Christ, the bridegroom, and the church, his bride. And when a person becomes a Christian, they become part of the church, and as such are the bride of Christ. And every Christian, when they are married to Christ, when they are united to Christ, they must put their old life behind them. Friendships that they once had, places they used to go, relationships they once enjoyed, things they used to do, all of these have to be made subservient to their new relationship to Jesus. And that may well mean that in some cases the radical change will result in some friendships being completely abandoned, some places that you will no longer go, some routines that will have to be radically changed, old habits will have to be abandoned, new ways of living will have to be learned. You remember the words of the Apostle Paul in 2 Corinthians chapter 5. He says, if any man is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old is gone, the new has come. You see, brethren, you cannot be joined to Christ and continue to live your old life. Forget your people and your Father's house. It's a practical statement, not an absolute statement. It's poetical. It's saying the time has come for major radical change. No more living the way you once did. A new relationship, hence a new way of life. If a person says he or she is a Christian and there is no observable change to their way of life, no change to the places they go, the way they speak, the way they behave, their attitudes, their desires, then you have to seriously question if that person has really been joined to Christ. It's a wonderful thing to be joined to Jesus Christ. And being really joined to Him, our lives undergo a radical change. Forget your Father's house and your people. Let me leave you with this question this morning. In what ways has your life changed since you became a Christian? In what ways must it still change in order for others to know that you're a Christian? Every blessing.